didn't bring my calculator here with me to Cameroon, but it looks like it might come in handy come the final day on the 18th of January 2022 when the Ghana Black Stars take on COMOROS in faraway Garoua, the north of Cameroon, to secure a place in the round of 16. Last night did not go according to plan, and coach Milovan Rajabak versus Ethiopia in the 77th minute and now versus Gabon in the 92nd minute has conceded late goals that have cost the Black Stars points, and this time could knock them out of the group stages. Hopefully that does not happen. But today I'm going to talk about the fallout from the game versus Gabon. What should we do? Our best players in the game, if any, and the next steps for the Ghana Black Stars, and if Coach Milovan is the man to stick with for the long term. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. But before I delve into the matters of the Ghana Black Stars, CAF have officially announced that the Afcon 2023, yes, there will be another Afcon next year. You know, this one is 2021, and due to the pandemic, it was shifted to 2022. Afcon 2023 will take place in Ivory Coast, and it has been scheduled to take place in the off season. That's June-July. 23rd June to 23rd July is the date for the African Cup of Nations. So no problems with players having to choose between their clubs and their countries in that respect. So I think that is great news for players that who have not even come down here this time around to play for their countries in Cameroon owing to club obligations that they have. So relief on that front for both clubs. Onto the Ghana Black Stars, and last night was not the ending we were looking for, and Andre Ayew reiterated the fact that there was no fair play from the Gabon players. Well, I hate to break it to you, Andre, but there were some delay tactics being played by the Ghana Black Stars team, and you would not expect a team that are so desperate without some of their key players to have quote-unquote mercy on you and play fair play. Fair play also is not part of the rules of football, and if a team decides to use it or to implement it, it's not an obligation. It's discretionary, and it is not something which is above the law, else that would have been chalked off. So that talk of fair play, which was clearly rubbished by the Gabon coach, is not something I'll be standing on today. Though, yes, a player from Ghana was out. Ghana had the ball. They decided to put the ball out and everything. I think that draw that we conceded should not have come to it if we had been more clinical in front of goal. Andre Ayew in the game had a chance to pass Joseph Painter, but did not pass to him. There were so many other chances Ghana could have killed the game off, but as has been characterized by games involving Milovan Rajabak since his return, we somehow failed to kill games off. But that game versus Zimbabwe and then Cape Coast, where we were able to score 3 goals, I don't remember the last time the Ghana Black Stars scored 3+ goals in a game since the return of Milovan Rajabak. Goals have been a problem, and the selection has been a debate from time to time. Ultimately, Coach Milovan Rajabak's tactics did cost the Black Stars in the end, and we have only ourselves to blame. We go into the final day knowing whether or not we are going through, but I am quite confident that we will go through. As to how far we'll go in this competition, however, is another matter altogether, and we need to have a different change of tactics, especially from the coach. He has to have a different way to play and not delay or try to rely on just one goal. After we scored that goal in the 18th minute, we did not push that much. Thomas Partey, who should have been the main man in midfield, was quite sluggish. By that assist he provided to Andre Ayew, he did not have a great day on the night, and he has to up his game. Coach Milo before the game talked about Thomas Partey possibly being the best player in the tournament at the end of the day, but yesterday was not a good day for him once again, as we saw against Morocco as well. Baba Idrisu was my man of the match. Despite playing just 63 minutes, his injury, I think, was what gave the Gabonese side a chance in this game. He was mopping up things nicely, cleaning the 50-50 balls. He was getting it. He was so immense in the midfield alongside Partey, and he was sorely missed after his injury and subsequent substitution. It was quite unfortunate to lose him in that respect. So Baba Idrisu, one of the brightest sparks for us. Jordan Ayew was tireless in the game versus Gabon, especially in the first half. As the striker for the Black Stars, not scoring goals will always be talked about. He was deployed on the wings this time out with his brother Andre playing in through the middle, but Jordan Ayew was not effective in the second half also, where he kind of waned, and that was how his night was. Not so great, an average night on that respect. And the Yado match right back, well, a lot has been said about Andy Yado, but the Ghana Black Stars have to know that most of the players who played last night, as at the 60th, 70th minute, were quite lethargic because of fatigue and tiredness. Coach Milo should have rang in the changes quite earlier. But then again, we conceded the equalizer before he did 3 or 4 substitutions. And once again, he was queried about that in the presser. He said it is discretionary. He felt that things were okay until that point when he needed to make changes. Coach, I think you should be more proactive with your changes. It is not right for us to concede a goal before you make substitutions, and that will prove costly if he does not change that mantra against Comoros. Andre Ayew, the goal was quite quote-unquote selfish, and not providing that pass, chances which could have been better for other players. He should have laid it up to them. Ultimately the ball is in our court. We still have the chance to go through as the third best placed team. It will depend on what happens between Morocco and Gabon. Kamaldeen Sulemana, not as bright as he was in the first game, and was substituted later on, but he was growing into the game actually at the time he was substituted, and but it hasn't been a great tournament for the promising youngster who has been doing amazing things with his club side Ren. He needs to up his game as well. It's unfortunate we do not have Kudus Mohammed yet in camp. That update will be forthcoming in the coming days. Joseph Painto, another player who came on as a substitute and was quite effective. I liked his energy, his best as he did showed in the first game. He was someone I was surprised was not included in the starting 11. A Tre was brought in his place, and I was somewhat impressed with Tre, but as the game wore on, his influence waned as well. Tre was somewhat being, some will say he was played out of position, especially in the second half, but it has a lot to do with coach's instructions. I am quite sure what he was instructed to do was not what limited his involvement in this game, and I think Tre was average at best for me. All in all, the Ghana Black Stars need to improve in their final game versus Comoros. If you watch the first 2 games Comoros played in, they are no walkover. They will not be a team that will just lie down to be battered and bruised. The Black Stars have to earn their result on Tuesday the 18th. You have to earn the right to play in the round of 16, and I think they can do that. But beyond then, it will be quite a Herculean task, because if we should finish in 3rd place, the teams that we might meet might not be so easy. But then again, African Cup of Nations is anyone's game, and there are no small or big teams. Everyone is beatable, and we will have confidence that we can go further no matter where we finish in this group ahead of the round of 16. Let me know your thoughts, the players that shone for you, what Coach Milo needs to do. Should we stick and stay with Coach Milo ultimately? Well, that's another matter which I'll comment on after this final game. But it is quite clear Ghana has not been good enough in this tournament. We need to improve drastically if we want to do well at the African Cup of Nations 2021. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the tournament. Nigeria secure their place in the round of 16 today. Sudan, Egypt will be looking to revive or come back into the competition with a game versus Guinea. Your thoughts and predictions for those games in the comments box as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Enjoy the weekend.